Hey guys, just want to take a quick second to talk to you about what I've been doing to use my internet most effectively, both in terms of security and the content that I'm consuming, and that's using NordVPN. I love NordVPN because not only is it fast, it doesn't affect my internet speed whatsoever, but for all the content that I want to consume, I'm able to switch my virtual location to any country that I want and now have access to all the content across the internet. That's the day and age that we live in. We should be able to control the way we consume content. And with NordVPN, I feel like I can finally fully control that. Not only am I consuming all the content from around the world, but I've got an added layer of security. Bank information, passwords, those things are getting leaked all the time. With NordVPN, it gives me that extra level of security by disguising my IP address and using that virtual IP for whenever I'm surfing the web. And look, if you guys want to jump on board, but you've never tried it before, no problem. That's where Raw Recap is here to help you. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, all you have to do is go to nordvpn.com/Raw Recap. Our link is also going to give you 4 extra months off the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast description below. Check it out. You won't be sorry. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman have declared the future of the industry. Logan Paul is on the show. Big E is on the show. Gunther versus Pat McAfee looks like it's happening. Becky Lynch explains herself, and that's just the half of it. Welcome to the WWE Raw Recap, brought to you by Fanatics. Oh, Megan! Here we are, back in the Not Sam studio.
Feels good to be back.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's home.
It's good to be out there, but it's nice to come home.
Yeah.
I welcome you to the Raw Recap.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
here we are. Like we never left, and I mean, it is amazing. You know, they say, like I said, Logan Paul is going to be on the show. Big E's going to be on the show. It's going to be a very big show, maybe the biggest. But they say that WrestleMania is the end of one chapter, beginning of the next. And that may be no more true than right now. When you go, we come off of WrestleMania, right?
Yep.
And we see Paul Heyman turn on CM Punk, turn on Roman Reigns, join Seth Rollins. 2 nights later, Braun Breaker joins the crew, and they leave CM Punk and Roman Reigns absolutely laying. Tonight, they kind of made it clear, at least what the mission statement is. And the mission statement is that they are taking ownership on the future of professional wrestling. And it's a very with us or against us type of ownership, but that is what brings them all together. That's what binds them. They are the past, the present, the future of pro wrestling. Seth Rollins, it seems like, and this is interesting, because a lot of times when Paul Heyman is involved, he's kind of taking the lead.
And that was interesting. I mean, Seth Rollins was dressed like a messiah tonight.
Bro.
On Monday Night Raw.
I just saw on Twitter, 13,500 for the coat.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I want to know how much the glasses were.
With the eyeballs on the glasses?
Yes, the gold glasses with the green eyeballs
Oh.
that he handed to Paul Heyman.
Right.
I'm wondering, is this his version of the Ulafala?
That maybe only the future of the industry gets to wear the ridiculous glasses?
Maybe he can see into the future?
Maybe.
I don't know.
We all see into the future every time we see Braun Breaker wrestle.
And Braun Breaker coming out in the black on black suit.
Looking good.
Things felt very different tonight.
Different, scary, good, bad. I mean, it's almost like, you know, this inevitability. And even though you know it's an inevitability, it's always unnerving when people go, now it's time for the thing you knew was eventually going to happen. Now it's time for that thing to happen.
Well, and it's interesting because, you know, Seth Rollins in the build to WrestleMania, he was such a master manipulator throughout.
Yes.
And Seth continues to make valid points. But then when he's having all of these interactions with Sammy, like, what is Seth doing here? Is he manipulating? Is he looking out for his former friend, his current friend, a guy that he shares such a deep past with, such a tight bond? Their children are friends. But the word favor continues to appear in Seth Rollins' vocabulary. Did you pick up on that?
Oh, did I pick up on that? Am I a details guy or am I a details
Come
guy?
on.
That's right. Everything counts. That word, of course, these words, these little cues keep picking up. I feel like Seth Rollins has watched every documentary that there is about a cult leader and perfected the art. Is it manipulation? It is masterful manipulation. I mean, it is gaslighting. We've seen it really in action for over one show. It was throughout the show, but it was really the first week. And I feel like he's learned all of the psychological manipulation from Roman Reigns and has now only amplified it to the point that he's not just doing this to family members. He's attempting to do it to everyone. That's not a threat. You should leave. I'm doing you a favor.
That's right.
That's not a threat, but what are favors?
Favors are choices.
Boom, you nailed it, Morant.
They're
Look at
choices.
you. Yes, they're choices. And that's the choice. So Seth comes out with Braun and Paul Heyman. And Seth takes the lead. And he says that the future runs through him and runs through them. And it was kind of one of the themes of what Seth was saying was that, gee, I wish there was someone else. I don't want it to be me. I don't want all this power, but gee, there's nobody else. What are you going to do? I guess I better do it. And it's like, come on, dude. So he goes, the future runs through me. Sami Zayn interrupts the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's very excited to see him. Sami Zayn after
The
all.
music gets you on your feet.
Oh, and he's just always Sami, no matter what.
And he almost always seems to be right.
Everybody's right.
I mean, Sammy speaks for all of us, though.
Sammy's perspective is more in line with it's because Sami comes across a good person.
Yes.
So like the standard good person perspective. Sami doesn't traditionally, I mean, he's had his moments, okay? But in the past several years, Sami doesn't come from the perspective of somebody who has his deepest, darkest desires as the end goal.
Sammy stands for what's right and just and doing things the right way.
As he said, later on in the show. But he said that Seth is doing exactly what Roman did. And it's interesting. You talk about perspective from Sami Zayn to be the one pointing this out. Because Sami Zayn's the one that got the closest look at it when Roman was running the bloodline. And he said straight up, bro, you're doing the bloodline. Like, this is
like,
you.
I fell for this before.
Yeah.
I'm not falling for it again.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again. You literally have the wise man right there. That's the guy right there.
That's like, no, this is nothing like the bloodline.
Right. That's the guy. And you got your dog over here. And everybody go, whoa. And so the first offer is, he goes, look, clearly you don't see things the way I do. That's okay. I thought you would. I hoped you would. Which, again, it's like, you're free to leave anytime. I mean, how often do you hear that in these documentaries? I told them they were free to leave at any time. Your family's going to stay with us. We're going to maintain control of your finances. But you're free to leave. If you want to leave, just go. Just go.
You have the choice. Why not?
You have the choice. Do yourself a favor.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead and
all
leave.
Coming together.
Of course it does. And he goes, well, you're giving me a lot to think about. And then Paul Heyman, later on in the show, goes up to Sami Zayn. And he goes, no. Like, Seth loves you, dude. You're like, oh, really? Yeah.
You're
Seth
his
loves
guy.
you. Yeah, exactly. You're his guy. Like, you guys have traveled the roads together. And that is true. There's very few people in the WWE locker room that have seen as much as Sami and Seth have seen, both inside and outside the WWE, for as long as they've seen it. And Paul Heyman is playing to those sensibilities. He's like, Sami, it's me and you. Don't forget. Sami and Paul Heyman, they shared all kinds of memories when the bloodline, remember everybody was feeling oozy,
We were.
right?
Yes. And he looks at him. He's like, look, Seth wouldn't give this opportunity to just anyone.
Oh,
This one is for you.
dude. These look. I mean, it's literally buying a car. You go to a car dealership and go. My boss usually doesn't do this, but he said he's willing to throw in the True Coat for free.
Not the True Coat.
And you're like, well, I mean, if you for me, you're kidding me. For me, you're a liar. So, Sammy's like, and then Paul Heyman says, look, unfortunately, Braun Breaker doesn't like you. My friend doesn't like you.
And Braun Breaker is really crucial.
Yeah, he said he's the key to our plans. We can't. Yeah, if it's up to us,
you're cool.
You're totally fine. You're totally fine. But Braun Breaker really wants to fight you, and what are we gonna do?
I mean, you saw last week what he did to Roman, and we can't really talk him out of it.
And Sammy's over here like, what world did I walk into? What is going on? But then he says, listen, Sammy, go to SmackDown. Not only do you not have to worry about any of us anymore, you don't have to fall in line with Seth, you don't have to fight Braun Breaker, you don't have to do any of that, and I'm going to get you a shot at the undisputed WWE Championship. Whoever wins at Backlash between Randy Orton and John Cena, you are next in line. How does that sound?
And here he is pulling at the heartstrings of Sami Zayn because he knows just how badly Sami Zayn wants to hold the title.
I'm thinking of this Sami Zayn character and what to attribute to him. And I go listen, so far I go, no. Sami Zayn has to stand on his principles. Sami Zayn can't go to SmackDown. Once he says you'll get a match with either John Cena or Randy Orton for the undisputed championship, it's almost like, go to SmackDown, dude.
They don't just hand those out.
No, especially not anymore.
No.
Because if John Cena retains against Randy Orton,
yeah, how many? 26?
We're down to 26. I don't know if he's going to be on SmackDown before Backlash.
And those aren't matches either. Those are just appearances. Yeah.
So you're looking at 25, 24, maybe somewhere we're past the mid 20s. Mm-hmm. Now we're in the lower 20s. You're not going to get another shot. I'm going, you got to go. And then Heyman says you can either live in the future or die with the past. Like, I don't want to die with the past. That sounds so daunting.
We have to move on from the past.
And isn't it? That is another thing. Like, they're like, look, this isn't a threat, but we're the future. So if you don't want to go in the same direction as the future, you're going to die in the past, right? You should probably go with the future. And you're like, wait. You know what I mean? It puts you through those mental gymnastics where, like you just said, you are right. If A plus B is C, yeah, I guess I better just go with you guys.
Yeah, and Sammy's got to be thinking, this is what I've always wanted, right? To hold that championship. And as we mentioned, 26, 24, however many days are left, they're not handing out opportunities. So he really put Sammy in a pickle.
Yeah.
And he has to make a choice.
What also,
and then he's also presenting it, this is a big favor.
Right. We're doing this just for you. I think, too, it's really interesting with Seth Rollins being the center point of this, because so many of us were yelling from the mountaintops, Seth Rollins is the guy. The Final Boss has done interviews, The Rock himself, where he said Seth Rollins is like a Superman for the WWE. He does it all. There were people like me saying, look at WrestleMania 40. Seth Rollins ran that whole thing right under everybody's nose. You know what I mean? Nobody can do what Seth Rollins has done. So because of all that, when Seth Rollins steps up and goes, yeah, I'm the future, I'm like, well, I would have said that before. So the fact that you're saying it now, what am I going to argue with it now?
Yeah, I think the last show we did with Big E, he was talking about how underrated Seth Rollins is, even despite all that he's accomplished. And it's like, now that Seth is saying he's the future, it's almost like we don't look at Seth the same way. We don't say that he's the workhorse, that he's underrated in the same way now that he's this leader.
You know why?
Why?
Because of what I said to Big E when he said that. He's not underrated anymore. He won the main event. Yeah. He beat Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He showed up to Raw with this group. That's the end of, in
an instant.
He was out. That's right.
In one instant.
He controls the show now.
Yes.
At one point, he was underrated. Now he's rated. He's appropriately rated
And
now.
now he's walking out in what did you say? $13,000.
$13,000 coats.
Yes. And
Okay.
really cool gold glasses.
I'll sell him this house for $13,000. I'm not good with
Is that
economics.
going to be a favor?
And a favor. I'd like a favor as well as the $13,000 because those seem to go well for everybody. So then they get to the end, right, where Seth literally says, "I wish that I had someone better than me to believe in, but there's not." And then it's almost like, I mean, could you think of anybody? Like if not me, you tell me who. And if you can think of anybody, we'll go with me. Is that cool?
Yeah, start thinking and let me know.
Let me know.
And
But
if you don't have someone by the end of the show, we're just going to stick with me.
you don't want it to be Roman Reigns, right? Nah, it can't be Roman Reigns. You don't want it to be Punk, right? Nah, it can't be Punk. I guess it'll be me. So what do you want to do? You want to go to SmackDown? You want to go over to SmackDown? And then he says, "Listen, dude, we're friends. If you don't believe in me, bad things are going to happen to you." And you're like, how is that your friend, dude? That's not what a friend says to anybody. But Sammy, of course, stands on his principles. He pointed out what you just pointed out. That, dude, you're being manipulative. You know how bad I want the world championship. You threw in the world championship because I know what you're doing. He pointed out what Seth does in the ring in terms of yap, yap, yap. It may not exactly be honest.
Correct.
And he told Seth to go to hell. And then Braun Breaker's music plays.
And
on
dogs
cue.
were barking.
On cue, Braun Breaker's music plays. And yeah, I mean, that championship really is dangled in front of Sami Zayn like a carrot. And you wonder, too, if we're finding out that Sami Zayn wants the championship this badly, his best friend is the world heavyweight champion.
That is true.
Does it sting?
We did see them interacting backstage. It looked like all love.
Okay, but have you ever had a friend?
A few.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't want to guess. When your friend gets something that is something that you have wanted, that you have desired, you can be happy for them.
But you're a little jealous.
At the same time, it stings. No,
Yeah.
it's like, that must
Yeah.
be nice. That's kind of what I was going for. Running trophy. I don't know what you're going for, but it's they get it, and you're like, I would have loved to have. I mean, good. I'm glad.
I'm happy. For
I
you,
celebrate
but
their
that
success,
should have
but
been me.
that stings. And then you go in two directions, right? One direction is, you know what? Let me lean on celebrating their success. But that little monster that's in you, that can get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it's hard because you almost feel guilty for it stinging because they're your
Right.
friend.
Because they're your friend. You're supposed to be happy
You don't
for
want to think
them.
these negative thoughts. You don't want to be jealous. They're your friend. But the truth is,
You want that thing.
it happens.
Right. And I wonder where Sami Zayn's at for real with Jay. I mean, especially with everything going on right now. I mean, Jay did try to have his back when he was, thinking about that, but then Logan Paul punched him in the face, unfortunately,
Yeah, it was
which
tough.
we'll talk to Logan about in a little while. But so Sammy says no, he has this match with Braun Breaker. He's clearly not prepared for this match with Braun Breaker.
Who is?
No, Braun Breaker mops the floor with him. I mean, Sammy put up an offense in the beginning, but I mean, destroys him. Absolutely annihilates Sami Zayn, and then won't stop annihilating him. Seth Rollins gives just a real subtle throat slit, like, nope, take him out.
Yep.
He's done. Braun Breaker does the lap around the ring. Ugh! Sammy goes down, and then it ends with a stomp. And I mean, this message, I feel like, from this group is clearly sent. I don't care if you're Roman Reigns and CM Punk, who are like the two most powerful figures in the WWE. I don't care if you're Sami Zayn, who is the heart of the WWE. It doesn't matter. We're the future. And if there is any part of you that isn't buying it, we're going to put you in a hospital.
You're in trouble.
You know what I mean? And it's a really wild thing that we're getting a clear definition of who this is, but we still haven't gotten a why did Paul Heyman.
We have not gotten a why, but
Right.
the message has been loud and clear. And I think especially because Sami Zayn was the target tonight,
Yeah.
that speaks volumes about how dangerous this group is. Because
Yeah.
if this is what we're going to do to somebody that is considered family, right? When
Yeah.
you brought up, our kids play together. I made a phone call to you when my daughter was born and you gave me the greatest advice I've ever been given in my life. and this is what I'm going to do to you, everybody else watching knows how dangerous they are.
Would you say they're a dangerous group or a dangerous alliance? Hey,
See what
well,
you did there.
listen, speaking of movers and shakers, speaking of the truly dangerous, we said that he punched Jey Uso in the face, and I believe our first guest here on Raw Recap this week is ready to go. Looking proud of himself, fresh off of unceremoniously punching Jey Uso in the face
Yeah, say
in
it again.
Kansas City.
One more time, say it again.
On Monday Night Raw, unceremoniously punching Jey Uso in the face on Monday Night Raw. We're pleased to welcome to the Raw Recap Logan Paul. Logan, is this what we do now? We just run around backstage punching our coworkers in the face?
Hold on. Bro, that's instant karma, yeet. I mean, that's me getting my get back. What's good? He kicked me first.
He kicked. It was in a ring.
Bro, so what? In a ring, out of ring, like, expect the unexpected. Yeet.
Well, I don't think he wants to hear that. No, listen, at what point did you get comfortable in this world of wrestling? So comfortable to the point, because, you come in a couple years ago and you are a rookie. You have never done this before. This is a different world. You're trying to get fans to cheer you, for God's sake. And now, not only have you left that behind completely, but you're comfortable enough that you're running around punching world champions in the face. At what point did that comfort sink in?
Yeah. Man, I just love it when you say it. I love it. It just sounds so good. It sounds so good, man. It just punched him right in the face.
Yeah.
Oh man. Dude, man, I got comfortable when I realized how good I was, man. I wrestled Roman in my third match ever, and like this is the guy who's been the face of the company for years. He's arguably one of the greatest of all times. I can see what is it? Why do you look? What's that like disgusted kind of look in your face? Like I can see, yeah. You look kind of like you don't really understand what I'm saying.
Well, some people just work their entire career to earn a world heavyweight title
I don't
opportunity.
care. I don't. Yeah, you got to work smarter, not harder. So that's when Jey Uso's in there telling his sob story. Brother, got beaten to a pulp. Yeet. Okay, buddy. Oh, what was you? Who cares, bro? Who cares? If you're not the best and it took you 15 years to get there, God help you.
Well, he did call you a punk ass YouTuber. What's your reaction to that?
He's mistaken. He's mistaken. I don't blame him. He's just a headline hunter. I'm not a YouTuber anymore. And I'm cutting that narrative in half right now. Like it's just that's not the case. And I prove that every time I wrestle. When I'm in there, if I'm a YouTuber, why am I looking better than my peers who do this full time? Who've done this 15 years?
I thought you said you were a full timer.
I am a full timer, but then why are other people telling me that I'm still a YouTuber? That's what I'm saying. You even just said it. He even said it. Everyone has that misconception, and that's not my problem. That's why I beat AJ Styles. Because they underestimate me. They think I'm something that I'm not. And the reality is I've been wrestling my whole life. I was born to wrestle, and I think Jey Uso's going to find out your 15 years don't mean anything when you're in the ring with Logan Paul.
Yeah. Do you see yourself? I mean, do you look at the world title and go like, yeah, I think I should be the world heavyweight champion of the WWE?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way, one of the many titles I think I should be holding. If it were up to me, I'd be holding all of them. I think when it comes to box office views, capability, everything, I'm the full package. Anyone who denies that is just oblivious. Hey, hi guys, how are you?
Wow.
Look at
and so yeah. Hey, how are you? Are you the flight attendant? You're the first male flight attendant I've ever had. It's a pleasure.
That's really nice.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. That's a nice one.
Why? That's not a that's not a commercial flight.
Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, sorry, bad question.
Southwest?
Bad question. Listen.
Southwest.
What is the as you make yourself comfortable in your private jet? That's beautiful.
It's not mine. It's a charter.
Okay.
My brother has one though.
Okay, well, good for the whole family. What is it for you right now? The locker room atmosphere. I feel like, are you having a
locker
snack?
room? Whatever's
a,
going on in the locker room is not my problem. I got a green room, brother.
Oh, I got you. No, I got you. Wait, as far as so I'm glad you're having something to eat. As far as getting along with your peers, though, it feels like more and more
there are wrestlers that are kind of comfortable voicing frustrations with you. Do you feel like you get along backstage with the superstars?
You need an ID? If you got a picture of it, I didn't bring it. Look, man, I don't. No, but I didn't come here to make friends. I
Right.
came here to become the champion and be the best. So like, however they feel about me, it sounds like a them problem.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite entrance of yours that you've done? I mean, you've had some pretty spectacular.
Dude, I have to say,
Yeah.
when the WWE sent me on that zip line for
Yes.
WrestleMania,
Yes.
that was my birthday. So like, I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a birthday present, and that was very nice of them. And you know, I'll never forget that moment.
That is a beautiful thing. I mean, the zip line's a great birthday present.
Yeah, what could
Yeah.
be better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you do become the world heavyweight champion, what would Logan Paul's title reign look like?
Well, here's the first thing: it'd be relevant.
Oh.
It'd make its way outside of the WWE. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm an expansionist. The way I think is, how can we capture eyeballs and get people to pay attention to our industry that normally weren't or aren't? And I think in order to do that, as much as I love the WWE universe, even though they disrespect me and they have no idea how good I am and treat me like a piece of trash, even though I'm a king, I think I'm doing them a favor, and I think one day they'll come to realize that.
Are you spreading the tomato sauce with the pepperoni?
Yes, and so yes.
That's crazy. That's kind of look, Logan. I'm going to be honest with you. I've booed you in a lot of buildings, but that's a genius move. I've never seen anyone spread the tomato sauce.
Let me tell you something. I hadn't either, and then my co-founder started doing it. I said, "Dude, that's brilliant." Like, he said, "Are you spreading the tomato sauce with the pepperoni?"
It's a total game changer.
Dude, it was a game. Changed my life, man. Yeah, lunch it, bro.
Wow. Do you feel like if you won the world heavyweight title, you would go to more shows? You would wrestle more often? You don't wrestle very often.
I'm gonna say this. Wrestling Twitter, take it away.
Right.
I am available. Seriously. I am available. I have time. I have committed my life to becoming a WWE superstar. I'm not doing other opportunities. I got offered $15 million to fight Messi's bodyguard. Super appetizing, super cool, but I'm a WWE superstar. I'm on a mission right now. And while all that other like cute ancillary stuff works for other people, I'm devoting my life to this. And so like I turned that down, and I'm gonna be the best that I can, and I'm available. So Triple H, Nick Khan, book me.
Wow.
Book me.
You're saying the dance card's open as far as you're concerned.
Oh, I'm available. I'm committing my life to this and this lunch of the pizza.
That's good. That's good. I was also wondering, because you're in such good shape, you know, the body's looking right. I was wondering what the nutrition plan was. I'm glad we got a little taste of that.
I think it's 12 grams of protein in this.
That's great. That's huge. Do you take umbrage when people try to disrespect what you've done? Like the same way a lot of wrestlers feel disrespected by your mere presence, at the same time, like we were talking about earlier with the comments about, you know, kind of taking everything that you've done and narrowing it down to just kind of brushing you off as a YouTuber or some guy with a channel. Do you feel like you don't get your just due, or does that not occur to you?
I think no, and here's why. Jokes aside, like I would be mad too. The work that I've put in is not the same. It's not a traditional path as most of my peers. The way I came up, the way I got recognition, clout, and got to be where I am today, didn't have a blueprint. You know, I'm just kind of like I'm doing digital content and doing what I love. And at 27 years old, I realized I got a real passion for wrestling, and I got a real knack for this thing. And so, man, now, just like I did with every other industry that I've ever done in my life, it's like I don't just want to take part; I want to take over. And what does that look like? And I'll literally do whatever it takes to get to the top. And I mean, judge me based on my actions, not my words, but I know where I'm going to be in 3 to 5 years, and it's right up there at the top.
You've trained with a lot of people. You've interacted with a lot of people, both on screen and off screen. In your, you know, couple of years with WWE so far, who have you learned the most from about professional wrestling?
That's a great question.
Look at you.
The answer, by far, is my man, my match producer, Hurricane Shane Helms. That
He's the
guy,
best.
that guy one day will get his flowers, but he's fantastic. He's my secret weapon that is no longer a secret. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Are you familiar with the Hurricanes' work? Were you familiar with the Hurricanes' work before you started?
No, but now I am. Man, I have to be honest with you. I look at Shane now, and it's really hard to believe that he used to do all the things he used to do, man. He was quite the flyer.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing he's flying in is planes, and that's it.
Well, Logan, I don't want to interrupt your flight or your meal. I appreciate you giving us some time. This is the problem with Logan Paul, dude. I found you to be charming and likable, and I'm kind of annoyed about it, to tell you the truth.
You can't say that, bro.
I know.
Hey, that's not the gimmick, bro.
Don't worry.
No,
I
no.
still think you're very pompous.
Pompous? No. Humble. I think you meant to say very humble, and I take pride in being humble because after all this that I've done, like, look around, wow, how great, and I'm still humble.
That's
right?
wild.
Still humble. Wild is the word.
That's a wild thing. Yeah, you don't see that too often. Logan,
gotta go.
well, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that Logan Paul had to go, because here on the line, back on Raw Recap like he never left, our hero, the one and only, master of analysis, former WWE champion, Big E is back. Yeah.
Yes.
Bless you. It's a pleasure to be back. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, listen, I mean, speaking of a pleasure, and you tell me, I don't know if you've interacted with him, but we just had Logan Paul on. And I mean, yeah, I know. This
Sam
guy,
started to like him.
he irritates me. I watch him on the television. I can't stand the guy. He says these things in media interviews. They make me gag. It's all like he plays on every little thing that wrestling fans hate. He just knows every little button. And then all of a sudden I'm having a conversation with the guy and I go, is that a likability I'm sensing from Logan Paul? This can't. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm.
It's that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let him lure you in. It's like the siren song. He's using his wiles. Don't look into his eyes. I think it's the eyes. Don't look into his eyes. Look away.
That's what it was. And I think you can see his arms too. You can see his shoulders and his biceps and everything.
Well, and he was pretty
taken.
cool. He was on a private jet. He was eating your favorite type of food.
Yeah, great food. He was eating one of his lunch leaves or something. Like, look, regardless, he's making his own pizza. It was fantastic. Let's talk about the fact that he gets in the ring, right? He beats AJ Styles at WrestleMania, which is already disgusting. You know, as a wrestling fan, to have that club of people who can say they've defeated AJ Styles at a WrestleMania and to put Logan Paul in that club is just the worst. But to then go and mock Jey Uso. Jey Uso is not a legend. Treat him like he's not a serious champion after the entire journey that we've just been on. What did you make of Logan Paul tonight?
Well, I think a lot of us who come up in the business, who spend time in FCW or NXT or spend time on the indies, I feel like there is a certain admiration and respect. And you know, for the world champion and for the world championship and for what that means. But you know what? Sometimes I think there's something to this guy coming in who's extremely talented, who doesn't have that same level. Like, it's not a barrier in his mind where he thinks he has to do the respectful thing. He has to wait in line. He has to win contenders matches. He's like, no, bump all that. I'm Logan Paul. I'm going to the front of the line. And look, we've talked about this ad nauseum. He's a guy who is obviously very athletically gifted. He's someone that so many of us don't want to root for. We don't want to see him do well. But then he goes out there and he beats AJ Styles. And he goes out there and he has incredible matches with Roman Reigns, with so many people on the roster. The dude is very talented. I honestly, I was taken aback. I did not expect this to be the next feud for Jey. But I think it's a really great test. And, you know, the one thing that really stands out in my mind is just seeing how Jey reacts to now finally getting the prize, to being world champion. Because it's something I said at WrestleMania, but honestly, as hard as it is to climb and get to being a world champion, the real work starts now. I'm telling you, like, you go from a Raw where you're tired. I'm sure he just wants to go home to his family, to his kids. But you're being asked, hey, Topps needs you for this shoot. Hey, we need you to fly out to LA for this commercial. There is the burden of, and it's a glorious burden. It is something that he's worked for a long time. But that, for me, is the big challenge for Jay. It's the big obstacle. Can he deal with all the pressures of being a world champion? And now you're getting the very best of the very best. If you happen to get through Logan Paul, don't worry. Another top contender who's incredible, who has either been a world champion or is this close to being a world champion, he's going to be next. So it is, you're swimming with the sharks now. And, you know, obviously seeing Jay in the ring, it looks like he gets the better of Logan. But in WWE, you better keep your head on a swivel, because we see him backstage and we see his head almost get knocked off. So, you know, Logan Paul is someone who is not going to politely wait in line for opportunities. He's going to seize them, and who's going to stop him?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's not just about winning the title and having that moment at WrestleMania that Jay had and we saw, but I thought tonight on Monday Night Raw, it was one of Jay's best performances that we've ever seen on the mic. Did you guys feel the same way? And do you feel like he's had a bit of extra pep in his step, a little extra confidence now that he is the world champion?
I was going to ask you about that too, E, because you have made that point about like how much, and that was I noticed that too, Megan, about like how much gets put on your plate when you're champion, but also the thing that makes Jay so unique in this ride, and I think one of the things that made him so relatable was that there were moments after the Royal Rumble on the way to WrestleMania where you looked at him on television and it did look like the moment was almost too big for him, that he himself could not believe the space that he was in. And I'm not talking about one of these like, aw shucks TV characters, like, let me put it up. I'm talking about this guy who we watched with face paint and board shorts, who's come all the way up, like realizing I don't know legitimately if I'm ready for this. And I don't know, man, I felt like it was a really good sign that he gets put in the ring with a potential opponent for the first time, and he felt like he was owning his spot to me.
Absolutely. I felt the very same. And even just the way he carried himself, like it's a subtle thing, but even just looking at his body language, he felt confident. He felt at ease. He felt like the maestro out there, and he knew those fans are there for him. He didn't have to question it. He didn't have to question if he belonged. It's, I am the world champion, and this is how I'm going to conduct myself. And even, you know, I noted something too. There's a moment where he's mid-promo, and he kind of puts his arm out at the crowd as if to tell them not to yeet. Like, I have something that I want you to hear. This is not just about fan engagement and getting you guys in. And of course, there's always, that's a huge part of what brought him to this point. And I think he's focused. I think he knows he's in deep waters now. But I feel like we're seeing a Jey Uso who's truly ready. I feel like we're seeing a comfortable Jey Uso. I really like this version of Jey. And I feel like he's ready for this moment. So, yeah. And even, too, like, I just wanted to take a moment to pause. And that moment with the kid who survived cancer, like, that to me, when we talk about making moments, that's what it's about. I thought that moment was so touching. But to see him, he's still able to interact with the fans, to give back to the fans. But also he seems very focused on, I know I'm going to have the best of the best coming at me for this title that I've worked so hard for. So I'm a big fan of this version of Jey. I hope we get to see more of serious, intense, focused Jey Uso. So I thought this was a great night for him. Obviously, it didn't go well. We would look at what happened backstage. But the way he comported himself in the ring, I really was a huge fan of.
Okay. So glad you brought up that moment, because when we were watching, I loved it. Yeah. And you're right. That is what it's about. And then also how you brought up, you know, how he motioned to the fans to not yeet. And that was something we saw him do in the build to WrestleMania. And he didn't have total control over the audience. Today, it seemed like he really did.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, I mean, look, here's the reality of the situation. Logan Paul is, no matter how you feel about him, a mainstream figure. This is a guy with a reality show on HBO. This is a guy who's kind of everywhere. And we know that he brings a mainstream credibility. We know that WWE loves a mainstream credibility. We know that the fact is that if he goes and he's doing Impulsive and he's got whatever, 1 million people, 2 million people watching his podcast every week, and he's got the WWE World Heavyweight title on that podcast with him, and he's doing whatever he's doing with his brother, he's getting on this jet, or he's doing wherever he is, he's got the World Heavyweight Championship. That can be an appealing thing to the WWE. And we asked him just a few minutes ago, and he said not only is he willing, but he wants to work more. That whole idea of, well, that World Heavyweight title has been established as the workhorse title. He said, well, okay, well, then I'll wrestle more. What happens if that realization comes in that Logan Paul has established himself by winning matches as a credible champion? Say what you want about it. What happens if after this whole journey, after everything, after WrestleMania, after Gunther tapping out, what happens if 3 weeks into this title reign, the title reign turns out to be a 3-week title reign?
I mean, for Jay, that's disastrous. That's a flop. That is a flop of a reign, and that's everything you don't want, to have worked this hard to just hand it back. Because like we've talked about over and over, this very well could be his only window. Like he's almost 40 years old. He's done so many amazing things. I don't see a guy who is slowing down yet. But I think he has more career behind him than he has ahead of him. I think that's very fair. But you're right. And honestly, we might not like it, but I also think a guy like Logan Paul is probably a big reason we see Raw on Netflix. You know, his star power is undeniable. And it pains me deep inside to admit to any of that. But he's going to get opportunities. And whether we like it or not, I think he is very capable of beating Jey Uso and becoming world champion. That is very much on the table. This thing could be over just like that for Jay, and he has to bring his very best. Look, we've seen the brass knucks when it comes to Logan. We've seen other influencers like KSI. We don't know who's going to show up in the prime bottle. I saw a rumor online that Stone Cold Steve Austin was offered $1 million. It could be Austin at Backlash. We don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. All the cast of characters surrounding Logan Paul. So, look, I mean, he is a household name. People all across the world know his name, and whether we like it or not, he is going to be able to jump to the head of the line. But when that bell rings, he has shown that he is capable of being a world champion. Look, I thought he had a very competitive match with Roman Reigns a few years ago, and that was very early into his career. He's only gotten better. He's only gotten more seasoned. He's only gotten more comfortable. So if he could take Roman, almost to the limit, there's a good chance he could do that to Jay and walk out as world heavyweight champion.
It's also really funny that whenever there's somebody in a prime bottle or slipping brass knuckles or whatever, anybody getting involved, it always is KSI or IShowSpeed or his manager. It's never any of the boys. It's never anyone from the locker room.
Well, he's not in the locker room.
No wrestler ever comes out to help this guy. Nobody's interested.
He told us he's got a green room. He's not worried about the locker room.
That's right. But, okay. But so, I mean, look, this is clear why people like one guy and don't like the other. There's one person who came up in professional wrestling.
Yep.
That loves professional wrestling, that does everything for professional wrestling. And he is fighting this guy who comes from the mainstream world that has stepped into WWE. So my question is, why is that scenario any different with Pat McAfee and Gunther?
Oh.
You make a good point.
I just told the same story, but flip the perspective. And I mean, look, I'm telling you right now, I love Pat. And I was pained to even be in an engaging conversation with Logan Paul. So I get it. There's a difference, but what's the difference?
The difference is Gunther, after losing his world championship, is out for blood. We saw a glimpse of it. Can get much worse for Pat. And look, I remember the match at NXT with Adam Cole. Pat is low-key, like, a great athlete. Obviously, he was a punter in the NFL. We know that. But he can do a lot more than just kick a football. And he showed that. But my man is Gunther. Is Gunther. Of all the guys that I've seen since I've been out, that I've watched come up on the main roster, that I thought were real forces, that I imagine myself in the ring with, Gunther is going to put it on you. Gunther is going to, if you end up winning that match, you are going to leave hurting. I I am worried about Pat. I think his family should be worried about Pat. I think his friends should be worried about Pat as well. And that is not to take away from the athlete that he is, but you have to understand who this man Gunther is. On all the sheets that we're given, his name is spelled in all caps for a reason.
Yeah,
it is.
All caps. That is not a regular man. He is not just some other guy on the roster. That is Gunther. Gunther. Know who that man is. Know what he's capable of. And look, he very easily could have choked Michael Cole out. Pat is lucky that his larynx is still intact. I don't know how he was able to speak this week. But look, I think obviously Pat, I don't want to take anything away from him, but we just have to understand. And I'm not saying that Gunther's here and Jay's not. Jay is obviously going to bring the fight to Logan. But I think this version of Gunther, a man, like I said, we don't see him hold titles for 30 days, for 60 days. We see him hold titles for 666 days, for 400-something plus days. I think he is someone who doesn't see himself as just another guy on the roster. He's not okay with not being at that level. And if he's not going to be in a world championship feud, if he is not going to be looking at it being in the ring with John Cena, with Randy Orton, believe you, he's going to be a very, very angry version of himself. And I think his frustration with his position in the company currently not being at the very top of the echelon, I think Pat is going to be the brunt of all that frustration. And that is why I worry about our boy, Mr. McAfee.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gunther's goal is going to be to have Pat McAfee show up on ESPN the Monday after Backlash broken and bruised so that every single person that turns on that show sees a guy in the Thunderdome in Indianapolis, Indiana that clearly went through a war over the weekend. What did you think?
Or that Gunther has to take over Pat McAfee's show because he cannot show up.
Gunther probably sent Kaiser in. I don't know if Gunther is going to.
But I also feel like Pat is defending all of us broadcast. I mean, we are all at risk. Like, we saw what happened when Michael Cole was just trying to do his job, right? I mean, Big E, you're a broadcaster in WWE. Sam, you're a WWE
I'm very
analyst.
likable. And nobody would ever put their hands on me.
No, but you did. You brought up such a good question. It's like, why is it different when it's Pat versus when it's Logan Paul? And Pat has just been so likable, and it feels like he's done it the right way, right? Mm-hmm. He's come up, he's shown his respect in the industry, his time down in NXT. And I said this to you, Sam, while we were watching the show. He's such a good guy that watching him live out his dream is truly a pleasure. And I think that's why everybody always gets behind Pat. So to me, that's why it's different than Logan Paul.
Yeah, and he shows reverence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he understands who the show's about and goes out of his way. I mean, when he's sitting in that booth, he goes out of his way to go like, hey, look at the spectacular things that we're watching these other people do. Don't worry about me right now. My thing, though, is going back to your point, which is storyline or no storyline. Gunther is one of those old school guys. Gunther is one of those protect the business, for lack of a better term, guys. Gunther is one of those guys that's like, look, I know it was your dream. I mean, he was on LFG stepping right up to The Undertaker. Like, this is a guy who's like, God bless that this was your dream to get to live out, your time as a WWE superstar. But guess what? I'm more interested in making sure that people know this is a serious business and they need to see you get hurt. And I'm the one to do it.
Yeah. And it really is such a contrast of styles. Obviously, Pat brings the entertainment. He's someone who's very engaging. You see him stand up on the table week in and week out, and the fans love him. He gets such a great reaction time and time again when he's in the building. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have Gunther, who, like you said, he's all about protecting the business. He reminds me of, you hear, Hogan used to tell stories of like when he was first training, getting his leg broken. Like there's so many stories of those, and Gunther is of that realm. Like Gunther would have been fine in any era. He's a guy who would have come back. You break my arm? Okay, I'm coming back as soon as it's healed. Or it might still be in a cast. I'm coming back and I'm going to break your arm and your leg. He's of that mindset. And like you said, there's no waters that I see Gunther in where he feels like he's out of his depth. Where, like you said, on LFG with Undertaker, so many of us, we pay such reverence to Taker. We bow. you don't see really any of that with Gunther. He is not intimidated by any of it. And look, Pat obviously has a very promising, blooming broadcasting career. ESPN paid him, reportedly $17 million a year. I'm just saying, my man, you know your lane. You have so many lanes. Just stay on the road. Because when you go off road, there's a 6'5" Austrian man who is very, very angry. And obviously, we talk about broadcasters. You want to be free to state your opinion, to tell your job. Obviously, Gunther should have never put his hands on Michael Cole. But like I said last week, man, just set an edible arrangement. Send Gunther, maybe some snacks. Find out what snacks he likes. Just sit down, apologize. Let's be good and move on. But obviously, things have escalated past that. I think it's going to be a brutal match. I think it's going to be a violent match. I wonder what's going to be left of Pat. Win, lose, or draw. That's the thing, too.
Yes.
I'm not saying Pat can't win this match. There is a good chance Pat can win this match. But I always ask, at what cost?
Yeah. Yeah, and like we said a week ago when the three of us were sitting backstage at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, this doesn't surprise me at all. Pat's a proud man, and sometimes pride gets all of us in a lot of trouble. Speaking of being proud, let's talk about these women's divisions. Let's talk about the fact that something has happened since WrestleMania where I feel like NXT's women's division that has declared themselves as the best women's division in wrestling has taken it upon themselves to prove it. Once again, so we have this match made for this week, which was Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. A lot of people were very excited about it. Once again, we see Julia show up.
Yep.
Once again, Io Sky comes out. Now we have Rhea and Io on the same side of things. We have Julia and Roxanne Perez, who, by the way, Roxanne Perez killed it tonight.
She's a force.
Unbelievable. And you talk about owning your spot like we were just talking about a moment ago with Jey Uso. Julia and Roxanne Perez did not show up and go, oh, man, these are the superstars of Monday Night Raw that have been here for this whole time. They showed up like they truly believed they were the best roster in women's wrestling.
This is not the Roxanne Perez that was so excited on Total Divas. This is a totally different Roxanne Perez, and I love it. Ever since the Royal Rumble, when she was she broke a record for the longest time in the Royal Rumble, finished as the runner-up. I just think the sky is the limit for her, and seeing her tonight on Monday Night Raw was amazing.
Io Sky?
Oh.
The sky's the limit.
I see what you did there.
Hey.
That's fun. I completely agree with you. I think one of the things I love about Roxanne is her offense is so unique and intentional. The way she targeted Rhea's leg, you could tell she's someone who's very thoughtful about her approach to her craft and her game. And it is so wild because I always think back to that picture with her as a little girl with AJ Lee outside of Laredo. And that was around the time I was with AJ. So I'm sure I was just a few feet, outside of the camera lens. But to think of that little girl becoming this grown woman who is now challenging the best of the best, and to go toe to toe with Rhea Ripley that is nothing to sneeze at. And I love that already she's mixing it up with the very best women on the main roster. And you're completely right, man. This influx of women, we only got to see a taste tonight of the women that NXT has to offer. We're still talking about Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
We're still talking about Jada Parker. There's so many women down there who are doing incredible things. Kalani, there's so many women in NXT. We always talk about the future, but they're here, and I'm so intrigued to see how they mix in with this current crop of women. Obviously, I thought last week maybe we're just getting a little sprinkling of the NXT women, and then they go back down, kill it in Orlando. But no, they look like they're here to continue to mix it up. So I'm intrigued. I thought Roxanne had a great performance tonight. And then also seeing more of Julia being involved. I also love how much the crowd is connecting with Io. I see so many fans doing the Io emotes as well. I love that people are getting behind her. So I think it's a really great time. And, I've seen a few people talk about how the women are carrying North American wrestling right now. And I don't know if I disagree, man. I really don't. The men better take note because the women are bringing so many fresh takes to this industry. They have their own personalities. They're really, and I love that Roxanne is someone who's saying, "Hey, I'm ready to be here at the top as well." Also, seeing a great promo from Lyra. Look, she not backing down from Becky as well. So I thought it was a really great night for the women, and I'm intrigued to see what they continue to do every single week on Raw.
Interesting seeing Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, though, standing tall together.
Same team.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, because you would think, I would think this too, like when we'd be at all these NXT shows, and they're going, yeah, NXT's women's division, it's the best roster in women's wrestling. Like, that had to rub people a certain kind of way. Like, if you're on Raw or you're on SmackDown, you're like, whoa, like, I'll tell you you're good, but the best? I mean, we're here.
Yeah, but there's just such a hunger when you're in NXT because you're seeing the people who are where you want to be, who are doing the WrestleMania main events, who are on TV, who are doing movies and shows and all of these incredible things. And I'm not saying that the main roster is complacent. I'm not saying that. But when you get used to being on the road every single week, doing the same thing, doing the same PLEs, week in and week out, I think over time, it's hard to keep your edge. It's hard to stay at your very best. And I think these women in NXT, they see opportunities for them to have their name plastered on the WrestleMania posters, for them to be in these big spots as well. And look, they're young. They want to bring something different to the table. So I think oftentimes that's the difference. And the main roster women, I'm sure they feel them nipping on their heels as well. But there's just so many women in NXT who I think realize, like, hey, that spot that you're holding, I want that. And I'm going to keep working every single day. They're in the PC training their butts off every single day, getting better, working on their craft. So, yeah, watch out because they're coming.
Well, E, we always appreciate your insight, your personality, your wisdom, everything about you, your shirts, just the best.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, as always, for coming on Raw Recap.
Thanks, E.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Big E is the best, sharing memories with all of us, the memories of WrestleMania. Still, they're right here. They're in my heart. Forever. But how do you make sure that those memories are forever? You need something tangible. I love tangible memories. WWE Shop has you absolutely covered. And this, I mean, one of my favorite moments at WrestleMania this year, Jacob Fatu winning the United States Championship. I mean, he showed up on SmackDown like an absolute beast. But over on WWE Shop, they have Jacob Fatu signed U.S. Championship titles. They have signed photos. They have John Cena signed Universal Championships. You know, the new Undisputed Championship. They have photos signed by him. Jey Uso signed World Heavyweight Championships to commemorate that moment that Jey Uso finally got it. All these great sort of cherished pieces that you will one day leave to your children. Available at WWE Shop. If you don't want to go so dramatic, you just want something for the spring, they got all your fresh spring looks as well. They got tank tops, you know, big tank top.
I'm love tank tops.
Big tank top guy.
Jey Uso is big tank top guy tonight.
Well, yeah. Me, well, we're going to be looking at Usi.
Yeah.
All summer. They got tank tops, golf polos, swim trunks, shorts. So much going on at WWE Shop right now for all your WrestleMania memorabilia, all your spring wear. It's the best. It's the best time to be a fan. And speaking of being a fan, Megan.
Yes, Sam.
You're the biggest Becky Lynch fan that I know.
I am.
And that's for a shoot, brother. You're the biggest Becky Lynch fan that I know. She comes out tonight, and really, like, in my wrestling wisdom, I go, well, of course, Becky's going to say, well, you lost the tag title for us, and I turned on you. That's not what she said.
No.
She said this was a plan from the beginning. Now, in my wrestling wisdom, by the way, I did predict that Becky Lynch was the one that took out Bayley.
You did predict this.
I was right.
Mm-hmm.
However, this was a bigger thing. She took out Bayley because she just hates Bayley so much. She's been in this rivalry with Bayley for years.
Yeah.
At this point, just and she's never been able to prove exactly what's been going on, that she's the bigger star. She wanted to show Bayley what a bigger star looks like at WrestleMania. She wanted to bring Lyra up with her, she said, but Lyra was already a lost cause.
Yeah, she said, she left Lyra. She had so much hope for Lyra. And what does she see? Lyra cozying up
With Bailey.
with Bailey.
Right.
And Becky didn't like that.
Right. And so she attacked Lyra.
No, attacked Bailey.
But then she also attacked Lyra, don't forget.
Yes, she
She's
did
now attacked both of them.
Yes.
Yes.
She has.
So then on last Monday, she attacked Lyra.
Because Lyra made a mistake.
But
And
then
Becky Lynch has high standards.
High standards, but she kept doing it because she was like, also, you're friends with Bailey. And I hate that.
Yeah, and the crowd kept egging her on. Listen, last week I was very upset because it was hard for me to watch Becky do this to Lyra because before the show, as we mentioned, I was so excited for Lyra.
You're a big-hearted
I wanted
person.
to be Lyra because Lyra was living out her dream.
And then
I
you
thought
watched
that
her
was
get
so
her
cool.
face smashed in.
But then I really thought about it over the week and I realized how high of standards Becky Lynch has. She's the man.
Are you making excuses for Becky Lynch?
I don't think she needs an excuse to be made. Lyra shouldn't have.
She said she attacked Bailey so that she could show Bailey what a bigger star looked like at WrestleMania.
Well, listen,
That's not nice.
People are wondering, right?
No.
To show her.
No, nobody was wondering. That wasn't no, as a matter of fact. The answer to your question would be a hard no.
Becky Lynch wanted to come back and make a statement.
How about-
and this is how she was going to do it.
Well, how about the fact that, remember what Big E said last week on Raw Recap about Becky having a little bit of a reputation?
Yeah, Becky Hogan.
Becky Hogan.
I did go down a social media rabbit hole.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Photoshop with the Becky Lynch with the Hulk Hogan mustache.
Well, what about the fact that Lyra said she was warned about Becky Lynch? She didn't believe it, but she was warned. Do you start to worry that maybe that's true, that maybe you've been led astray?
No, I think there's a lot of haters out there. When you're at the top, it's tough.
Are you saying it's there are people that are hating because they ain'ting?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oof.
But I do have to say, I think we saw the fiercest version of Lyra Valkyria that we've ever seen tonight on Monday Night Raw.
I thought Lyra was great, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And I've done live podcasts with Lyra. I think Lyra is the best. But Becky Lynch is a different type of beast. And when it was like going mic to mic with Becky Lynch, I went, oh boy. Like Lyra's real easy to root for. You get who she is. But like,
Bum, bum, bum. Woo! Bum,
Right.
Bum, bum.
let's get them wings out.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Get them wings out.
That's exactly what
That's
you
what I
said.
say.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Mike for Mike with Becky Lynch, this is going to be tough. And she did it.
She held her own.
She was like put to the test. And I think she absolutely nailed it. She came across like, no, I'm taking pride. This was a night, we saw it with multiple champions. We were talking about it with Jay. We were talking about it. This was a night that Lyra said, no, I'm the Intercontinental Champion for a reason. And like the match is made now. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch.
Not just the match, for the women's Intercontinental title.
For the title of Backlash is loaded.
Sure is.
So who do you want Becky to walk out Intercontinental Champion?
Well, it's tough because as I'm on the record as Becky is my favorite wrestler, and you never want your favorite wrestler to lose.
But people change.
Sure, they change.
Sometimes they get very
I just don't know if
nasty.
I'm ready to change.
I see.
But after seeing this fired up version of Lyra, I could get behind it. I have to think about it.
Lyra
It's a
said
lot.
Lyra said the illusion of Becky Lynch for her is dead.
I mean, I haven't been hit with a manhandle slam yet.
It's coming.
So
It's coming.
I don't know if my illusion is. I think my illusion is still alive.
You're still team the man.
Of course.
Wow. It has to happen to you. You're one of those. You can't see it's okay. You see it happening to other people. That's whatever.
You think she'll get cheered at Backlash?
It's when they go, whoa, it's hard not to. You get excited.
I know.
There comes the man. The man's come to town again.
But then bum bum bum. Woo!
And then
get them wings up.
Get them wings up. Yeah. I'll be shouting that too. I don't know. She could get cheered, but I feel like Lyra, hopefully, I think she should have won a large portion of the audience over tonight with her work.
Yes, she should have.
Like it was easy to get behind her. But it's tough to live in a world where Becky Lynch doesn't live with the title.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything goes according to plan for this Backlash show, you've got John Cena versus Randy Orton,
Huge.
Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, all caps. I mean, already, and am I missing I mean, there were other things being teased. We saw the War Raiders get into title contention. Don't know when that's going to happen. AJ Styles hinting that he wants a match with Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title.
He's going to need to take some time.
Because he's the champion. He also would like some time off. I think that sounded reasonable to me. If you're giving time off, I'd also like some time off.
I mean, we just heard Big E talk about it's not about winning the title. It's the work starts after you win the title. Dominic's ready to just mail it in.
What's a better way to keep the title than to go on vacation?
It's a smart way.
It's the best strategy I've ever heard. What are they going to come to Sandals and get the title from you? I don't think so. That's where people go on vacation, right?
Yes.
Sandals.
According to all the commercials, then yes.
I think so. Well, look, we got a big Raw, and this is hard to believe. We have one Monday Night Raw left. One before Backlash. And on this Raw, not only will we get JD McDonough versus Penta, which it did. I mean, the Judgment Day is having some real communication issues.
Are they?
A little bit.
Never.
A little bit. The messages aren't getting through to old Finn Balor like they used to. He was uninformed on a lot of stuff, is all I'm saying.
I blame Liv.
You're going to blame Liv over. You're going to tell me that Becky Lynch is just the GOAT and you're blaming Liv for things? That's terrible. By the way, Liv beat Becky Lynch.
She retired Becky Lynch.
Well, Becky Lynch is back.
Yeah.
And we've got Rusev in his first match back.
Wait.
And this is interesting.
Because it's Rusev Day next Monday.
Next Monday will actually be Rusev Day. So that's very interesting that's when it's occurring. But it's Rusev versus Otis, which I wish Big E was back on because talking about meaty men slapping meat. That's what you want. No, I think it's going to be that I'm really looking forward to because Rusev is all business right now. Mm-hmm. And the idea of those two just getting violent is very appealing to me. I think it's going to be great. I think I'm really looking forward to it. We will be here to recap all of it. Don't forget to subscribe across all audio platforms, Apple, Spotify, and the like. Don't forget to watch us on the WWE's YouTube channel. Hit like, leave comments, talk to us, tell us who you want on the Raw recap. We will try to deliver. We will see you next week right here on the Raw recap brought to you by Fanatics.